this is Laverne from Sunset Gourmet. I'm going to walk you through today one of the recipes from the Dinner's Done Freezer Workshop. I'm going to do the Crock-pot Pulled Pork. Now this one had no prep I needed to do ahead of time, so we're going to do it all right here. The boneless pork loin that I had was already in my freezer, so I don't want to refreeze it again. So I'm going to actually cook it today, but I'm going to show you what to do to freeze it. Now I'm always concerned about cleanliness, so I always keep some Lysol wipes on. I have a sink close by. I try and have some hand sanitizers. And one of the other consultants, I'm sorry, I have dogs. One of the other consultants recommended I put some wax paper down on top of my cutting board. It helps to clean up a little bit easier. Okay, so for this one, sorry, I just have to grab it here. These are the kind of instructions I bring with us, and I walk you through it. Okay, so we start with about a 4-pound boneless pork loin. It's trimmed if necessary. We combine some seasoning ingredients. We need some seasoning salt and about a tablespoon. Now the lids for our spice I made to hold about 2. Most of the recipes don't have to be exact, about 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to fill about half a lid and pour it in my dish here. Yeah, about that much. And same with also garlic, again, about half a lid full. There we go. And the spicy turmeric, again. About half a lid fill. Yeah, it's still a tablespoon. Okay, so again, about half a lid full. There we go. And then just some black pepper. So I just have some normal black pepper. That's pretty good. Excuse me. Excuse me, I got some spice in my nose. Okay, so we take the seasoning and we rub it into the meat. Just rub it all over. It gets your hands a little bit messy, but that's okay. Excuse me. I inhaled some of the seasoning. Okay, so kind of have it covered on all sides. Okay, and then we just place this into a large freezer bag that we have labeled. And then in a separate, I'm just going to go wash my hands here. Okay, so I'm just go wash my hands. Okay, now this is a large freezer bag. You didn't have to use quite this big for this one, I guess. This might even be an extra large. Anyway, label it, make sure it's labeled. You put the pork right inside it, and then in another smaller freezer bag, we put here we go. Half a cup, so I'm going to measure off half a cup here. Oops, this one's put together the wrong way. Okay, put up half a cup. And this is the peaches and pineapple grilling sauce. Or no, sorry, a cup of this one. It's about a cup. And we dump it in there. Okay, just set that aside. And then we take a half a cup of the sweet and spicy bourbon sauce. Okay, I'm going to dump that in here. Okay, so this will be our sauce for later. We're going to seal this up, try and get as much air of it as you can. And then this is going to go inside the other bag with the pork. Now I'll give you this. If there's only one or two of you, you may end up wanting to cut your roast in half and separate it in two and then use 2 bags. I'll give you 2 of these in that case. This is actually the cooking instructions. You can either tape it onto the bag or double bag it and put it between the 2 bags. That works as well, either way to keep it good. So with the cooking instructions, you thaw it in the fridge overnight. Then you place the pork loin in the crock pot. You add a cup of apple juice, or you can use soda. I've heard that if you use Coke or root beer, it adds a nice flavor, but that's, your preference. I've just heard that before from other recipes and other people talking. You cook it on low until it falls apart, approximately 8 to 10 hours. Then you remove the loin from the crock pot, and using 2 forks, you kind of shred it. You put it back in and kind of stir it up with the juices, and then you add your little bag of sauce and mix it all up. And then you can serve it over buns and with coleslaw. It's a nice meal. So that's how you make the crock pot pulled pork.